I present representatives of the student body, distinguished alumni, and national alumni officers and executive board, esteemed current and emeriti faculty of Norfolk State University. Ladies and gentlemen, please receive the members of the platform party to include the members of the Board of Visitors, President's Executive Cabinet, and other distinguished platform guests. Ladies and gentlemen, please receive the Rector of the Board of Visitors carrying the Presidential Medallion. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston, 7th President of Norfolk State University. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our Master of Ceremony, Mr. Javaune, Rector of the Board of Visitors from the class of 2000.
Good morning. Wait a minute. This is an amazing day for an amazing institution, for an amazing woman. We can do much better than that. Good morning. Yes. While you're standing, please allow for the presentation of the colors by the Norfolk State University's Army ROTC Color Guard. Thank you to Dr. Harley Zachary and an amazing concert choir. I now ask that you remain standing for the invocation to be led by the Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Bullock, President of the University of Dubuque. Dr. Bullock holds a Bachelor of Arts from Seattle Pacific University, a Master of Divinity from Pittsburgh Theological Seminary, and a Master of Arts and Doctor of Philosophy in Speech Communication from the University of Washington. As a Presbyterian minister, he served congregations in Marysville, Pennsylvania, and Seattle, Washington. Currently, Dr. Bullock serves as the 11th President of the University of Dubuque in Dubuque, Iowa. Dr. Bullock, please come forward at this time.
Let us pray. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on this place and upon these people and upon this person we know and love and respect so deeply. We thank you for the gift of this day and for the privilege of celebrating this moment together. We thank you for the gift that is this university, for its mission and purpose, and for the way that lives are transformed and empowered and emboldened, for the way that its graduates move out into this community and communities beyond this community to serve and lead and be the people that you have created all of us to be. We thank you especially this day for the new leader of this university, Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston. We ask especially today that your Spirit will fall and dwell upon her, that she may sense a special peace that comes from knowing you and being empowered by your Spirit to do the things that you would direct her to do. Give her patience. Give her kindness. Give her steady nerves and a strong backbone. But above all, give her a presence of tolerance and forgiveness, with the surety that in serving you, she will serve this place in this very special capacity. We pray for her family, for Dimitri, and for their children together, that they would be strengthened in this time of service together, and that they would be a source of strength and peace and rest for her. We pray for the students of this great university. We pray that you will give them a special purpose in their lives, and that they, along with the faculty and staff and the Board of Visitors and the alums of this university, may together leave an imprint upon this, your world, and make it a better place because NSU was here and they were part of it. We thank you for each person here, for the joy that they bring to this gathering, this community. We thank you for the love that you have given to us and that you've asked us to share with others. And above all, we thank you for the privilege to serve you in this place this day. These things and many more we ask in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. visitors, esteemed faculty, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the inauguration of Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston, the 7th President of Norfolk State University. This is indeed a great day for the university and the university family. For only the 7th time in Norfolk State University's 86-year history, we observe the investiture of our president. The Norfolk State University Spartan family thanks you for joining us on this auspicious occasion and for sharing with us the celebration of the success of this great institution. The institution is honored today to be in the presence of so many distinguished guests. We would like to recognize U.S. Congressman Bobby Scott. Bobby Scott. Longtime friend of the university. Thank you for being here. We're pleased to have Dr. Charles Stewart, representing Congresswoman Elaine Luria. Thank you. Ms. Erin Carter, who is representing U.S. Senator Mark Warner. Thank you all for joining us. We also have state delegates. Delegate Jay Jones. We have two of our own, two Spartans. Delegate Cliff Hayes. And Louise Lucas. The mayor and the vice mayor of the city of Portsmouth are here. Would Mayor Shannon Glover and Vice Mayor DeAndre Barnes please stand and be recognized at this time? Now, would all other elected and appointed officials please stand and be recognized? Today, our Hampton Roads is blessed with an abundance of representatives from outstanding colleges and universities from across the Commonwealth and nation. They have come to join us on this special day to honor Dr. Adams-Gaston. We appreciate your support on this important day to Norfolk State University's history and for taking time to help us celebrate. Would all university and college delegates please stand at this time and be recognized? We are also honored to be in the presence of other students, the lifeline of our university, alumni, faculty, retirees, community groups, and friends of Norfolk State Universities. Thank you all for being here today. At this time, our esteemed governor, the Honorable Ralph Northam, unfortunately could not be here today. However, he sent a video to congratulate and show his support for Dr. J at Norfolk State University. Please direct your attention to the screen.
Hi, I'm Governor Ralph Northam. I would like to congratulate Norfolk State University on the investiture of its 7th president, Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston, or, as I know her, Dr. J. Dr. J is truly a jewel for the Commonwealth and Norfolk State University. Since stepping on the campus in Norfolk, she has led with boldness, courage, and vision. Her tenacity for student success and achievement is evident with the strides that she has made in her career and at Norfolk State. Norfolk State University is a prized asset of the Commonwealth of Virginia. It has produced thousands of talented graduates in its 86-year history. NSU alumni are leaders throughout the Commonwealth and across our nation. I am pleased to be able to refer to Norfolk State as one of Virginia's best universities and premier HBCUs in the country. Great universities deserve great leaders, like your new rector, Devon Henry, and Dr. J. She is the right president for this chapter in Norfolk State's history. As governor, I am pleased to congratulate you, Dr. J, on your official investiture, even though you took the reins of Norfolk State back in 2019. Your presence has already had a major impact on the institution and the community. On behalf of the citizens of the Commonwealth, let me thank you for your service and congratulate you on a bright future of success that I know Norfolk State will have under your leadership. Behold the green and gold.
Governor giving us some behold green and gold. All right, thank you, Governor Norfolk. At this time, I would ask Ms. Mary Blunt, our Vice Rector of the Board, to come forward and give this welcome from the Board of Visitors.
I always forget about those COVID precautions. One day, hopefully, we'll be able to forget about COVID. President Adams-Gaston, Mr. Dimitri Gaston, Rector Henry, to my fellow board members, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends of Norfolk State University, good morning. My name is Mary Blunt, and I have the honor of serving as the Vice Rector of Norfolk State University Board of Visitors. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the installation ceremony for Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston as the 7th President of Norfolk State University. The Board of Visitors is the governing body of the university, and our role encompasses many duties and responsibilities, such as strategic planning and oversight of the President, who is responsible for carrying out the plans of the Board. Under the leadership of the Rector, we offer advice and counsel to the President. The job of any governing board in today's educational environment can be tricky because of the volatility of the times. Our world has faced harsh economic times, an unprecedented pandemic, social injustices, loss, death, and so many other hardships. Even so, as Spartans, we persevere. We rise above every challenge and we come out the winner in the end. We, the board, felt that it was most important to select a leader who was not only smart and capable, but one who has the stamina and charisma to lead well under pressure. We believe that Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston is that leader. Norfolk State University is in a unique place. It is a place that inspires growth, transformation, and greatness. And only those who have the keen ability to make the tough and gutsy decisions when faced with turbulent and tumultuous circumstances can lead this great university well. We believe that Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston is that leader. I challenge each of you today to do your part to ensure the success of President Adams-Gaston, rally behind her, undergird her administration, be the support she needs today and will need in the days and years to come to keep Norfolk State University moving forward in greatness. As the old African proverb says, it takes a village to raise a child. I will venture to say it takes a village to keep a university great. You are that village. We are that village. Thank you for your support today, and always remember to behold the green and gold. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Blunt. I would also like to recognize the other members of the Board of Visitors, Bishop Kim Brown, Heidi Abbott, Dwayne Blake, Dr. Harry Watkins, and Mr. B.K. Fulton. All right, we will now have a special musical selection from the Norfolk State University's concert choir under direction of Dr. Harlan Zachary. The choir will sing "I Was Glad" by Charles Hubert Hastings Perry. schedule, we have pre-recorded some of the congratulatory messages to ensure that we are respectful of the time. Our campus greetings will be delivered this morning via video. We will hear from the following individuals. And if you're here, please stand. Dr. Tony Atwater, President of the Faculty Senate. Ms. Janet Timberlake, President of the Association of Educational Office Professionals. Jalen Drury, President of the Student Government Association. Antonio Harris, President of Norfolk State University's Alumni Association. And Dr. James Smith, Jr., President of the Norfolk State University Retirees Association.
Good morning. Shortly after President Adams-Gaston took office, she faced a formidable challenge in the onslaught of COVID-19. This national crisis and worldwide pandemic posed unique concerns for public universities and HBCUs in particular. Through her steady and capable leadership, NSU weathered the storm. Some colleges and universities did not survive, but NSU did survive academically, fiscally, and materially. President Adams-Gaston's passion and commitment to students helped our university stand in the face of this historic challenge. Also, President Adams-Gaston helped NSU secure the largest external gift in its history, a $40 million gift from the Mackenzie Scott Foundation, which has strengthened NSU's endowment and positioned the university to effectively launch a major capital campaign later this academic year. She is building on NSU's academic strength by nurturing academic program development and research while forging new centers of excellence across the university. I have come to know her passion for helping students excel against the odds and go beyond their expectations. This passion fits well with NSU's bright future for advancing teaching and scholarship today and in the years ahead. She has joined NSU at a time when it needs a courageous leader with the energy and intellect to help advance NSU not only as an HBCU, but as one of the finest universities in our nation. Dr. J fits this profile. Consequently, on behalf of the NSU Faculty Senate, I salute Dr. J as NSU's 7th president, and I offer her best wishes in her leadership role as the university's Chief Executive Officer.
Congratulations, Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston, affectionately known to us as Dr. J, on your selection as our 7th president of Norfolk State University. I am Janet Timberlake, President of the Norfolk State University Association of Education Office Professionals. The mission of the NSU AOP is to promote the professional growth of the office professionals at NSU and to provide a better understanding of the need and expectation of the university and community served. We are so proud of you and know that you will continue this outstanding legacy. On the behalf of the association, we extend our best wishes on a successful tenure at Norfolk State University and for having the vision to lead our university into the future. Behold the green and gold.
Good morning. President Adams-Gaston, Rector Henry, distinguished guests, and friends of Norfolk State University. I am Jalen Drury, the Student Government Association President for the 2021-2022 academic year. On behalf of the Student Government Association, we would like to congratulate Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston on being inaugurated as the 7th President of Norfolk State University. We are so proud of you. Best wishes to you during your tenure at Norfolk State University.
Members of the Platform Party, my fellow alumni, students, faculty, staff, and friends of Norfolk State University, I'm Antonio Harrison, and it gives me great pleasure to greet you on behalf of the Norfolk State University Alumni Association. Representing graduates since 1971, the association strives to enrich the lives of alumni and engage them in a lifelong relationship with the university. Today, we've assembled to install Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston as our 7th president of our beloved university. Over the past 26 months, the association has proudly supported her, and we look forward to our continued partnership in furthering the success of Norfolk State. President Adams-Gaston, on behalf of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, I wish you continued success. Congratulations, and behold the green and gold.
I am Dr. James Smith, Jr., President of Norfolk State University Retirees Association. I bring greetings on behalf of Insura. Insora's mission was established in June 2000 under the administration and inspiration of Dr. Marie V. McDemin to become a vital reservoir of knowledge, experience, skills, and talents of the university's retirees, so far as to continue to contribute to the advancement of the university's vision, as well as to foster fellowship among its members. We are celebrating 22 years as a full functioning organization. Over those 2+ decades of existence and service, Insora has established an endowment that has so far supported over a dozen students with generous scholarship awards. In addition, Insora has supported Norfolk State athletics and theater and provided volunteer services and participation on committees and on workforces when requested or needed for the numerous university activities. Since 2000, Insora has also provided memorial tributes and visits to family members of scores of departed retirees, honoring their service to NSU. Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston, Madam President, we are extending open arms to officially welcome you to our Norfolk State University family and to let you know that we're looking forward to your leadership and vision as we continue our support and dedication to you and Norfolk State University.
Good morning, Spartans. My name is Adams-Gaston. I am the eldest son of Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston and Dimitri Gaston. I'm here on behalf of my sisters, Talia and Imani Gaston, as well as my extended family, as well as those that are part of the extended family. We would like to thank Norfolk University for its welcome and continued hospitality. One of the greatest lessons my mother has taught us growing up was do not hide your light under a bushel. My mother belongs to a group that promotes and exemplifies Black excellence, the stars. And like the celestial body they are named for, my mother's light shines so brightly and touches so many. Through her graceful service to others and her unwavering leadership, her inner light continues to shine and bless all those that come into her orbit.
Good morning. Shortly.
For generations. We are so proud of her accomplishments in her life, but mostly I and my sisters especially are thankful for the love you bless us with every day. Thank you.
So again, I want to thank you for being here. Douglas L. descendant from North at Norfolk State University. For this special occasion, we want to thank each and every one of you all who are watching virtually as well. You all have poured into us love, support, wisdom, and guidance to formulate our time, which is now. Javaune is always living in the present. Our mission, creating a pathway for extraordinary student experiences and launching these students to do the necessary changes in the world. Our vision, creating the 21st century HBCU that produces local, national, as well as world leaders whose voices, presence, and confidence helps to make America better. To name a few of those guides along the journey, I'd like to recognize Dr. Igor, who couldn't be here this morning because of weather-related travels. He's affectionately known as Dr. Gigi to our OSU graduate, Imani Gaston. Dr. Michael and Brenda Drake, who mentors us for this assignment. The Honorable Joyce Beatty, and Lady Adelaide generously welcomed us to Ohio State University, demonstrating the necessary courage and tenacity to be used. Joe and Linda Clapton, who welcomed us to Columbus, Ohio, and helped us reconnect with our alma mater, the University of Dubuque. To Jeffrey Bullock and Vanity, who welcomed us back to the UD and befriended us. To Linda and Anthony Rivers, who are not here, but they are lifelong friends, spiritual partners, and the godparents of our son, Adams-Gaston. And to Doctors Thomas and Rita Parham for their inclusion. To the UMCP, the American College Park Stars, for your unwavering support of Javaune. Of course, our parents, Charlie and Evelyn Adams, Ralph and Erna Gaston, who are watching from heaven. Also, our brother-in-law, the Adams, who first said out loud that Dr. J would be a college president. To XD Plus, you know who you are, our siblings, especially Shaletta and Annette Adams, who have been unwavering in their support. To our children who are here, as well as Imani, who would be here. To our cousins, aunts, uncles. These are the nucleus of our support. To our village, friends we've known for a long time, and from those who we have recently met and yet to know. You are our village, and as far, I don't have enough time this morning, nor will I have enough time in my lifetime to thank each and every one of you. Our village expanded globally. We've been to South Africa, and we have friends there. We've been to China, we have friends there. Obviously, I have friends in New Orleans, Washington, D.C., but also in Dubuque and in Iowa and in Columbus and beyond. Friendships never end. We only are thankful for them, that they're in your lives. And to the NSU Board of Visitors, President Cabinet, the administration, faculty, staff, alumni, retirees, and of course, students. You all have expanded our village. Again, I don't have enough time to thank everyone here, and I am thankful to God that you have been in our lives, and you are in our lives, and that you continue to support us and guide us, and we thank the Lord above who has set our path and shown the light in front of us. So Spartans, march on Legion, and behold, the green and gold.
Thank you, Mr. Gaston and Oheen, for that heartfelt message. And more importantly, thank you for sharing Dr. J with the Spartan family. We will now have another special musical selection from our choir. And I understand that this selection is one that Dr. J says brings great joy and inspiration to her. So when I saw that, I said, well, let me see what song this is. And as a leader or as a president of any institution or anyone that's trying to get something done, I can relate to this song. It's a selection entitled, I Don't Feel No Ways Tired, by Reverend James Cleveland. starting with the Honorable George Beatty, who I had the pleasure of meeting in the back. And I said, "How are you? I'm Javaune Henry, this mom." She said, "I know who you are." I said, "What's that?" Congresswoman from Ohio knows who I am, all right? And she's a powerhouse, and she represents the 3rd District of Ohio. She's a native Ohioan with a strong history of connecting people, policy, and politics to make a difference. Since 2013, she has proudly represented Ohio's 3rd Congressional District. She sits on the exclusive House Committee on Financial Services and serves on 2 subcommittees, Chair of Diversity and Inclusion, and Housing and Community Development and Insurance. Congresswoman Beatty has dedicated her life to helping make an impact by delivering results and through service to Central Ohio. Highlights include over $1 billion in COVID-19 relief funds, $30 million in federal funds to help launch a $225 million revitalization project of Columbus near Eastside Columbus, $80 million to ensure more Ohio students can succeed in and outside the classroom, and $40 million Smart City Challenge to transform the region's transportation network and make it safer and easier to use and much, much more reliable. Ladies and gentlemen, please receive Congresswoman Joyce Beatty.
Come too far from where you started. Nobody told you the road would be easy. Good morning, and thank you, Rector Javaune Henry. I know who you are. You move statues. Thank you for that introduction. And to the distinguished guests, deans, faculty, staff, students, friends, and especially my colleague, the Honorable Bobby Scott, Black man and chair of the Education and Labor Committee. Thank you, my friend. What an honor it is for me to be here and join you in celebrating this day with your president, Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston, and my friend, Dr. J. You know, in life, people take steps to get where they are going. And when most people take their steps, they make a little mark. But Dr. J takes leaps, leaving deep footprints for others to walk in. Most people excel in one area, but Dr. J excels in a multiplicity of areas across all academia, while working with students, faculty, administration, and the community. It is those deep footprints that got her to be here at Norfolk State University as president, from senior vice president at The Ohio State University, and before that, the University of Maryland, a 25-year trained practicing psychologist, the first Black UMCP African-American female assistant athletic director, a peer-reviewed trainer for the NCAA, graduate faculty member for the University of Maryland and Johns Hopkins University, and I'm just getting started. All while embracing family footprints with her loving husband, Dimitri, and their 3 brilliant adult children. Javaune is a colleague of nearly 2 decades. We became friends and partners in fighting to improve educational traditions and advancing Black leaders. But to this audience, you see, she was the good guy, and I was always the bad guy. She was always poised and analyzing and figuring out the system while I was loudly taking on the system. For her, everything was always about the students, the university, the community. And for me, it was always about the politics and being in the room where the decisions were being made. You see, at that time, I was the only female to be a senior vice president. I was the only person of color, black person, to be in the room and at the table as the senior vice president. Javaune solved major problems of much complexity, and I caused problems. But she always stood by my side as a true friend. Just a few weeks ago, I was marching for justice in the footprints of my former colleague and friend, the late John Lewis. I got arrested for protesting for voting rights. Dr. J sent me a note checking on me, and she said, "You're still getting in good trouble. And if I were there, I would have bailed you out." That's what kind of friend she is. That's what kind of president you have here. When Dr. J asked me to come and speak today, I told her that the country needed me, that black people needed me, and I didn't think I could come during this critical time in our country. I said, "Javaune, this is my time. My time for our country to fight for democracy, for voting rights, civil rights, criminal justice reform, environmental justice reform, an infrastructure bill, a reconciliation packet of $3.5 trillion, and a George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. And all while trying to fight to keep $55 billion for HBCU colleges." And she said, "I know, and thank you, but I will see you on Thursday." And then she reminded me, this is my time, our time. Well, here I am. I am here because this is truly our time. This is truly Dr. J's time. And our country needs both of us. Our mission and our vision is changing the world. Norfolk State University, you have a battle-tested, proven servant leader, giving you a culture of care, saving lives from COVID-19, fostering an environment that supports and celebrates the unique skills and needs of black students and faculty, empowering students of color to become the architect of their own story and ultimately write their own narrative, a narrative that is too often pigeonholed by the negative stereotypes of today's society. You see, I know as a first-generation HBCU graduate, I have seen the impact of Dr. J's. I have seen the impact of what faculty can do in the classroom. All my siblings graduated from HBCU colleges. The love of my life, my late husband, Attorney Bailey, was an HBCU graduate. And Javaune, even my grandbaby, at 6 years old, wears a t-shirt that says, "I'm Spelman College bound." But then there is my little grandson. Javaune, he said, "Bring me back an NSU shirt so I can be Norfolk State bound." Lastly, let me end by saying, solving today's issues in racial injustice in the midst of a political culture full of division begins with education and the empowerment of the students of today. And in the words of Marion Wright Edelman, education remains one of the black community's most endearing values. It is sustained by the belief that freedom and education go hand in hand, and that learning and training are essential to economic quality and our independence, freedom, freedom. Norfolk, you have a bold, smart, laser-focused, empowered leader in Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston. And Dr. J, thank you for helping change the course of history for countless Black American students. I am honored to be a part of this historic day, grateful for our friendship, appreciative of your incredible leadership, because this is our time, our mission, our vision. I'm Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, and I approve this message. God bless you, God bless America. Behold, bring and go.
All right now, we are so glad that you were able to make this trip, Congresswoman Beatty, and share with us your time and your treasure and your talents. I know that you and our friend, the Honorable Bobby Scott, will continue to raise Cain in Washington, doing the good work and getting into some good trouble. Thank you. Our next two speakers will be delivered via the screen. As I mentioned, Dr. G is unable to be here, and as I move forward with the next two speakers, or the next two presenters, I'll allow them to cue those up, and I will speak about the Dr. Michael Drake, as well as Dr. Makola Abdullah, President of the University of California and President of Virginia State University, respectively. Dr. Michael V. Drake is the 21st President of the University of California's world-renowned system of 10 campuses, 5 medical centers, 3 national affiliated labs, and more than 280,000 students, 230,000 faculty and staff. Dr. Drake previously served as president of The Ohio State University from 2014 through 2020. Prior to his 6 years at Ohio State, his entire academic career has been at UC, including as chancellor of UC Irvine for 9 years, from 2005 to 2014, and as the system-wide vice president for health affairs from 2000 to 2005. And now Dr. Makola Abdullah is the 14th president of Virginia State University. And under his leadership, the university was named the HBCU of the Year in 2018. I don't know how I feel about that one, but I'm going to read what's on the script. HBCU of the Year for 2018, and awarded, and I don't know, Best Board of Trustees of the Year. We got some work to do, board. And Female Student of the Year by HBCU Digest and Online Bar. Additionally, in 2017, President Abdullah was named the HBCU Male President of the Year. Dr. Drake nor Dr. Abdullah could not be present today to share this special day with Dr. J, but they did bring the video. So please cue up the video.
Hello, Spartans. I'm honored to take part in the Norfolk State University Founders Day and President's Inauguration celebration. Today's investiture is a tremendous milestone for the Norfolk State community and an important moment to reflect on the university's past, present, and future. Since its founding in the midst of the Great Depression, Norfolk State has empowered generations of students to turn their dreams into reality. Along the way, a series of distinguished leaders have grown this pioneering institution into a thriving, nationally recognized hub for learning and research. No leader embodies this university's excellence and promise more than its outstanding 7th president, Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston. I'm honored to congratulate Norfolk State and Dr. Adams-Gaston on this landmark appointment. This role is the culmination of a remarkable career for Dr. Adams-Gaston that has spanned more than 3 decades and numerous leadership roles at the University of Maryland and The Ohio State University. During our time together at OSU, Dr. J, as she was affectionately known around campus, was the heart of our dynamic, large, but tightly knit community of Buckeyes. She brought together diverse groups of students, faculty, and staff with ease and grace. Through it all, she was a compassionate leader, thought partner, and problem solver who always put students first. I can think of no better way to accelerate Norfolk State's proud legacy than under the strategic guidance of her principled leadership. Congratulations, Norfolk State, on your inspiring history, your thriving present, and your bold plans for the future. Onward.
Hello, my name is Makola Abdullah, President of Virginia State University, and I'm honored to be invited to your program today. I want to acknowledge all of the platform guests and all of the faculty, staff, students, alumni, supporters, and friends of Norfolk State University on this very important day. Here at Virginia State University, we've always worked closely with Norfolk State University, and we have many Spartans here on campus that are doing incredible work, including our Executive Director of Health and Wellness, Dr. Cynthia Ellison, our Executive Director of Student Engagement, Mr. Joseph Lyons, and our Associate Vice President for Human Resources, Ms. Tanya Simmons. Here at Virginia State University, we pride ourselves on doing some of the best work in the country, and we know, of course, that Norfolk State is always doing that as well. Before I get a chance to acknowledge the 7th president of Norfolk State University, I first want to say Happy Founders Day to Norfolk State University for 86 years of providing quality education for young people. Even though here at Virginia State we have different colors, in reality, except for those couple of days a year when we play each other in a game, we are the same university doing the same work for the students of the Commonwealth. So I want to congratulate Norfolk State on 86 years of excellence. And now, to my colleague, my friend, Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston, the 7th president of Norfolk State University. It is my honor to give a few remarks on the honor of her inauguration today. She is my friend. I would be there but for a board meeting, and I'm honored that we got a chance to deliver a video so that I could let you know how important I believe she is to the Commonwealth of Virginia. In a very short time, Dr. Adams-Gaston has made herself known here in Virginia and has done incredible work, including but not limited to, of course, going to the General Assembly where we go hand in hand to make sure that we fight for the students of Virginia. All HBCUs got support from the federal government this year. There were only two states, Maryland and Virginia, that provided a significant increase in funding for our HBCUs. And there were only 20 HBCUs that were fortunate enough to receive a large award from Mackenzie Scott. Among those institutions, there are only 5 institutions that did all of those things, and 2 of them are Norfolk State and Virginia State. In reality, we are one institution, not Norfolk State, not Virginia State, but one state, serving the students here, and that's because of the leadership of Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston, my friend. And so in honor of her, I'm going to do this, but I'm only going to do it one time. I've never done it in my 6-year career at Virginia State, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to invite my colleagues from Norfolk State up again because I think they're going to be able to help me get this done. Behold the green and gold. Congratulations, Dr. Adams-Gaston.
That was well done. We'll be sure to thank Dr. Abdullah and Dr. Drake for their, although they couldn't be here, they were able to send a video. And I'm going to screenshot that and make sure that Dr. Abdullah gets that and the students see that and represent green and gold. Lastly, we will hear from Dr. Thomas Arnold. Get this, we have our Dr. J, the president of California State University, Dominguez Hills, is known as Dr. P. So we got Dr. J, we got Dr. P. And Dr. P is the 11th president of Cal State University, Dominguez Hills, a highly diverse metropolitan university primarily serving the South Central and South Bay area of Los Angeles County. He is a licensed psychologist with more than 40 years as a scholar and practitioner. He has sustained a research focus in the area of psychological neuroscience, specifically on identity development, African psychology, and multicultural counseling. Ladies and gentlemen, please receive Dr. Thomas Carter. Dr. P.
Let me say good morning. Good morning. Oh, wait a minute. I thought we were in the Spartan Nation. Good morning. Good morning. Faculty, senior administration students, board of visitors members, the Honorable Bobby Scott, and Joyce Bailey. Didn't she bring the word? I bring the greetings all the way from the West Coast at the California State University Dominguez Hills, where I have the honor of serving as the 11th president. I would also like to extend my thanks to my good friend, President Adams-Gaston, for the invitation to deliver remarks among this august body of learned scholars and academicians and staff, students, board of visitor members, family, friends, and community stakeholders. Now, isn't it wonderful to be on the campus of one of our beloved HBCUs? Oh, I don't think you heard me. I said, isn't it wonderful? See, this HBCU is dotting the landscape of higher education, providing a cultural comfort zone for students, faculty, staff, and senior executives who, in other circumstances, would be laboring in a sea of cultural sterility that has characterized higher education. You see, somewhere I read that there ought to be something wrong, Congresswoman, with school systems and institutions of higher learning that leave us strangers to ourselves, aliens to our culture, oblivious to our condition, inhuman to our oppressors, and unfulfilled in terms of our educational possibility and potential. So I'm thrilled to be at Norfolk State University, who is doing the important work of educating future generations of learned citizens. So let me begin my remarks by providing a warm and sincere congratulations. We want to congratulate Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston. It's one of them like, who knew? We did. We want to say congratulations to Dimitri and the family on the occasion of your investiture as president of Norfolk State University. I hope this academic and civic community recognizes Dr. J, what a treasure they have in you. And I know it's hard to be a profiting young lady, but she's unquestionably one of the brightest stars on the higher education landscape. And see, simple words fail to adequately describe the tremendous pride that I and others, including my wife, Davida Hopkins-Parr, have. The pride we take in her ascendancy to the ranks of president for, and all the blessings that come from being entrusted with the personal and intellectual growth and development of students. Higher education needs champions of what we refer to as the three-legged stool. We're talking about academic and research excellence. We're talking about access for the state and the nation's citizenry, and we're talking about affordability. Indeed, you have one in President Adams-Gaston. She is a champion. Now, the prophetic voice of Dr. King reminds us, ladies and gentlemen, that our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. Let me say that again. He said our lives begin to end the day we become silent This president, your president, affectionately known as Dr. J, has been a voice of uncompromising clarity on the things that matter in higher education and the world. And whether the vehicle be scholarly manuscripts, articles on professional organization newsletters, participation in national bodies of senior executives, creating good trouble with the Congresswoman, and more recently her focus on this university, the strength of the faculty and student success, Dr. J has been a champion for the welfare of students, for diversity and inclusion, and social justice. And so it is most fitting that the theme for this inauguration, this investiture ceremony, would be our time, our mission, and our vision. So let's talk about our time. Now, beyond embracing the legacy of the Spartan nation, 86 years strong, and the character of your mascot, I stand before you today inviting all of you to join your president in embracing the principle that we call the alchemical process of human transformation toward perfectibility. Let me say that again. See, Dr. J, I want him to embrace, I had to go back to my psychology real quick, the alchemical process of human transformation toward perfectibility. It means in simple language that I be in the moment. But while we be, we are always in a state of becoming more better. We should always be more better. Without question, Norfolk State University has a new president. Strong enrollment, new faculty, new levels of philanthropic investment from Adams-Gaston, right? To this campus that is unprecedented. Indeed, the stars are all aligning. It is your time. But our time implies that this university, despite its accomplishments, successes, and legacy that it has inherited, is committed to being more better. That, my friends, requires that you individually and collectively bring to the table a spirit of pursuing excellence at even higher levels in all that you do. And in investing, all of you should commit, along with your president, to pursue elevated excellence. I remind you that today that excellence is a plateau, right? That somebody treats it with. It is not in my mind. Excellence is not just a plateau you arrive at. It is a process that requires continuous improvement. The same Michael Drake that was the chancellor of the University of California when I was vice chancellor there. The same Dr. Drake that was the president of Ohio State when she was vice president there. Right? Taught us both that there's a big difference between A and A+. Big gap. Y'all hear me? So when we talk about it's our time, and we're trying to move to different levels of excellence, you can't just be comfortable. Woo! We make it. There's always a chance to be more better. That's what McKinsey's Scott's investment in you said. Because people believe in you. It's your time. But it has to resemble continuous improvement. Y'all feel me? Let's talk about our mission. Because you hear about the mission of Norfolk State University as you transform student lives through teaching and research and service. But understand what it means to serve. We're not just talking about sending students out to do internships and community partnerships someplace. One of my heroes, the great Dr. Martin Luther King, argued in his sermon, The Drum Age Instinct. He argued for a new definition of greatness. Because he said everybody could be great because everybody can serve. Barbara Jordan, famed congresswoman, former presidential candidate, was fond of saying, it's a privilege to serve. A privilege that must be earned. And once earned, it is your obligation to do something good with it. So my sincere hope is that President Adams-Gaston's commitment to be a servant leader will invite each of you, irrespective of your role on campus, to join her in serving this magnificent institution and each other. Serve the institution and each other as you engage issues to transform student lives, then you'll need help. And this president will need your help, each of you, to attend to what I call the pride factors versus the human factors. Let me talk a minute about that. She's going to need help to attend to not just the pride factors, but the human factors. Our mission. So universities and colleges around the nation are notorious for touting institutional data that highlight the strengths of an enrolling class of freshmen and transfers and graduate students. University of California, guilty. Ohio State, guilty. We do that. Look at our selectivity ratios in admission. Look at our grade point averages and test scores of our students. Look at the number of distinguished faculty admitted to various academic societies or the amount of grant awards that our faculty have achieved. Look at the national rankings on publications and surveys that elevate the strength and visibility of a campus profile. Indeed, these metrics paint a very favorable impression of our campuses. They're what I refer to as the pride factors. But hear me well. Pride factors get you admitted to colleges and universities like this one. And undoubtedly are the anchors to the many points of distinction that campuses highlight, right, to prospective students. You want to recruit a new student? Guess how wonderful and great we are. Look at all these metrics. We say that to their families. We say that to interested stakeholders in the community. However, while pride factors get you into Norfolk State University, it is human factors that will get you through Norfolk State University. See, human factors recognize that despite institutional and personal metrics that characterize the class in aggregate, each student, each one of them, is a divinely seed of inspired possibility, which when nurtured in its proper context can and will grow into the fullest expression of all they are supposed to become. Norfolk State University is the soil that is charged with cultivating the garden of potential to self-actualize in each of these students, the human factors. They involve the psychological, physical, the occupational, the social, the economic, and even the spiritual. See, these domains give rise to a host of intersecting variables like race and gender and age and physical ability and even sexual orientation, just to name a few. And these factors not only demand expression by persons in our academic communities, but they will also challenge the intellectual, psychological, and social sensibilities of our student, staff, and faculty in ways that institutions must address. That is what President Gaston will say. Issues of free speech, hate speech. How about environments perceived to be toxic if they're not sanitized with the ideas of social conformity? Because you'll get some objection to the degree that you don't conform. Everybody ain't embracing the trouble now. But the lives of each of your students is so precious. And it's even more pronounced in this day and time that we take advantage of those. If you really believe that each of our students, each of your students, are seeds of divinely inspired possibility, then do what you can to cultivate the garden that is Norfolk State University, that this president is in charge of overseeing as its chief gardener. And finally, our vision. My friends, vision, in my mind, requires imagination. Imagination is that mental process of forming ideal creations of visions of possibility and potential. Because imagination focuses less, right, on what is and extends to what could be. It's less about the comfort of one's reach and more about the unsteadiness of one's grasp that lies just beyond what one thinks is possible. It focuses less on the 8 out of 10 reasons why something can't be done, and instead focuses on the 2 out of 10 why something can't be done. And so I encourage you, and I encourage you all in Norfolk State University to support your president when she seeks to grasp for the remote better. If it's your time, if it's your mission, then you got to keep rising. Focus less on replicating privilege. Focus less on selling for the way things have always been. And see about, right, leveraging the knowledge that Norfolk State University's faculty and students discover, teach, and disseminate so that it can be used to resolve the social injustices that are so pervasive in the world. We live in a global world. And even though we have Spartan pride at Norfolk State University, you cannot relate to a global world with only a local identity. This is a global world. So I need you to imagine. See, I imagine the growth of your faculty, where new scholars will be recruited and hired to join more experienced colleagues and help them advance already strong departments. Or maybe even shore up ones that could use some attention, including attention to the tenure density issue that all of us as university presidents struggle with. Dr. J, I imagine expanding the donor base, where philanthropic support reaches new levels of giving, but only if we are prepared to invest in ourselves as much as others are prepared to invest in us. Only if we invest in ourselves the way others are prepared to invest in us. The Honorable Marcus Garvey reminds us, Congresswoman, that chance never satisfies the hope of a suffering people. It's only hard work, persistence, and self-reliance by which the oppressed ever realize the light of their own freedom. I imagine that the knowledge and discoveries we generate could be more than brag points and pride points, and in addition could be leveraged to demonstrate why and how the information you produce at Norfolk State University makes a fundamental difference in the lives of people outside of the institutional boundaries of this campus, in the state of Virginia, in Washington, D.C., and across the nation and the world. I mean, just imagine a university culture that fully commits to empowering all of its students and recognizing that they are, right, who they are at the core of their being. See, circumstances are places your students come from, but it's not who they are at the core of their being. They may come from poverty, but their spirits are still rich. They may come from violent surroundings, but they can still have peaceful hearts. They may perform poorly on a test before they got here, maybe even while they're here. But they still have insatiable thirst for intellectual engagement that forces them to tap into a full measure of their own intellectual possibility and genius. They may even come from affluent and privileged backgrounds, but still may not have known the comfort of a caring and nurturing faculty or mentor. See, irrespective of their particular station in life, I want to remind you, and all of us, that circumstances are places that your students come from, but not who they are necessarily at the core of their being. You see, I know your new president has an audacious leader. Imagine your new president with an audacious voice, a voice that is not locked away in the abyss of uncrystallized mental musings, that reduces it down to useless chatter, a voice that is prepared to take flight amid the air of intellectual stimulation, authentic support for one another, and a constant refrain of encouragement, and not one that is tethered to an anchor of cautious reflection or negativity that delights in choosing upsides as if we're part of different forces on the battlefield. What you have in your president, and my friend, is a courageous voice. This new president, your president, who we invest today, will need all of your ideas, your prayers, your strength, your enthusiasm, your pride, and your commitment to help elevate Norfolk State University on its trajectory to new heights. And so I imagine, can you? Thank you.
Dr. P, thank you so much for those words. And what stood out to me was the pride factor, the human factor. The pride factor gets you in the door, the human factor gets you through the door. Thank you, and I wish you well on your travels back to lead California State University Dominguez Hills. And I was looking at my iPad here, and I was saying, man, Vaughn, you really gonna blow it on this one word. Dominguez, Dominguez, Dominguez. Why are you struggling with this one word? You've done so well today. I just pray my professors that was here when I matriculated through Norfolk State does not disown me for that one word. But very fitting now at this time, we will have a special literary tribute to Dr. Adams-Gaston by one of our best and brightest, Miss Melissa Spellman. She has commissioned a poem in honor of Dr. J's inauguration. Ms. Spellman is in her junior year and is an English secondary education major. We are so pleased to have her with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the lectern, Ms. Melissa Spellman.
Good morning. It's an honor to be here. The poem I'm going to share with you today is entitled The Chosen. This poem is for those like me. I never rose to other people's expectations. I did not know God's plan. I was not traditional in form or fashion, but in my uncertainty, I held true to God's hand. People laughed when I said I'd go to college at 18, 27, 35, and 60. You're too old. You can't keep up or maintain. Opportunity came. Perhaps it missed me. My grandmother told me, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. A made-up mind is not fleeting. It does not sway. If a pebble can slay a giant, then my efforts are not in vain. If God told me to go, let no man stand in my way. I dare not listen to the doubts of people. I listen to the passion fire burning loudly in my soul, telling me to grab the vision, pursue it, and that's where you'll find your wholeness. It's my time. I know my mission. I see the vision. I see the woman I am destined to be. A crown upon my head, roses at my feet. A legion of green and gold on all sides surrounds me. I take up the mantle. I am ready for war. This poem is for those like me. God gave you a purpose, a desire, a dream. The time is right now. The mission is clear now. The vision is here now. Thank you.
Melissa, thank you for blessing us with your talents. At this moment, we've come to the part of the program that we've all been waiting for. It is the time that I will ask Dr. J to come forward and take the oath of office as the 7th President of Norfolk State University. You ready for this? Not yet. Dr. Adams-Gaston, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution level of greatness. We are confident that the words inscribed in the University Seal, achievement and citizenship, will guide you in your decisions and your actions. I am pleased to present you Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston with your presidential medallion and officially transfer the chain of office to the 7th President of Norfolk State University. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my esteemed pleasure to present to you, friends of the university, the 7th President of Norfolk State University, Dr. Javaune Adams-Gaston.
You know, it is a gift from God that I stand before you here today through many trials and travails. I have had the gift of each of you touching my life in a way that has changed me forever and made me God's servant here at Norfolk State University. Greetings and welcome to Norfolk State University for our 86th Founders Day Celebration Week and our investiture ceremony. It is a true honor to be with you. Our time, our vision, our mission. And in this you family and friends, I don't feel no ways tired. I'm too far from where I started. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave. What a wonderful rendition of a loved and beloved song. Thank you so much, choir. You are amazing. My parents, Evelyn and Charles Adams, reminded my two sisters, Charlotte Adams and Annette Adams Beckford, and I often, that without a vision, the people will perish. And they paired that with, to whom much is given, much is required. We learned that we were intended to be servant leaders and that we needed to care, encourage, and support people and organizations to become the best that they could be. I want you to know that I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. My father was born and raised in Washington, D.C., and his mother was born in North Carolina. My mother was born in Portsmouth, Virginia. She grew up in Washington, D.C., and I want to say to you, I am home here at Norfolk State University. God leads you, and you never know why or where, but he always leads you to where you should be. I am honored to humbly accept that the long tradition of family love and direction have given me the opportunity to prepare to serve Norfolk State University. I will tell you that my family has a long history of valuing higher education. We've been in this country over 9 generations. We have my children, my nieces, my nephews, the cousins, our 4th generation college educated students. They are Mellon Scholars, NASA top 20 interns in the nation, National Art residents, Johns Hopkins talented youth,
spitefully selected bands, posse scholars. In fact, my paternal grandmother, was a graduate of what is now Winston-Salem College and HBCU. My aunt here today, Carolyn Russell, is a graduate of the Norfolk State University. We have many other family who are graduates of Norfolk State University who wanted to be here today but are not. But we have one of our babies who is a student at Norfolk State University. Mine is a student here with us. And so when you look at our many family members, those who have gone to Morehouse College, Howard University, University of District of Columbia, Spelman College, Elizabeth City State University, Xavier University, North Carolina A&T, Morgan State University, Southern University, and so many more. This family believes in the power of higher education and the importance of the mission of HBCUs. You see, I come from a long, long line of teachers. I have my other aunt who is here today, also a teacher. We have always had the focus, the laser focus on being able to be an educated people in order to serve and to inspire and to allow people to find out who you are and who you want to be in the world. I had a family story here at Norfolk State University that is a long and storied tradition of success. From the beginning in 1935 to 2021, we can point to generations of student successes and graduates who remind us, family, that we don't feel no way tired. We've come too far from where we started from. 1935, in the midst of a depression. We've come too far from where we started from. 2021, in a pandemic that hasn't been seen in this world in 100 years. We are no ways tired. We have work to do, and we have been incredibly successful because you put your shoulder to the wheel and said, these students matter, what we do matters, who we are matters, and we make a difference. We don't feel no ways tired. We've come too far from where we started. Presidents Lyman Beecher Brooks, Harrison B. Wilson, Marie B. McDemin, Carolyn Myers, Tony Atwater, Eddie Moore, and numerous interim presidents did the work and set NSU on a trajectory for success and have provided the core ingredients to be a 21st century HBCU. That is our destiny. Those leaders who came before instilled the value of moving forward no matter what the obstacles. From the beginning of the university during the Great Depression to taking the challenge of the first worldwide pandemic in 100 years, there is a mission at NSU. Nobody told us that the road would be easy. I enfold myself in the loving arms of a family who has given me everything I ever needed and all that I wanted. I remember so well having the support every step of the way of a family that says, you matter. And what you have to do is important. And we're always going to be there to ensure that you have what you need to get it done. At
unit of Virginia Union University, growing, stretching, developing, and doing the hard work during hard times. We fulfill the mission to be a comprehensive urban public institution committed to transforming students' lives through exemplary teaching, research, and service. We offer a supportive academic and culturally diverse environment for all. We are a 21st century institution. We are a forward-thinking center of higher learning. We produce top-notch talent. We keep our costs affordable for current and prospective students, and we innovate. We continue to provide opportunities for access to education for all. And for the fulfillment of this mission, we don't feel nobody's tired. We've come too far from where we started. Every servant leader is developed by team, listening, learning, and acting. You see, the people who came to visit with us today and brought these fine, amazing spiritual words are people who are friends of mine, who have held me up, who have supported me, who have made it possible for me to make this journey. I cannot thank you enough, President Parham. I cannot thank you enough, Congresswoman Bacon. And I hope you approve this message. and I cannot thank you, Reverend Dr. President Boyd. I appreciate that Dr. Drake, president of the UC system, was willing to say, I'd love to be there, but I have to do something, and I'm going to do this video for you. That my friend, President McCullough Abdullah, who has a board meeting today, as our board of visitors know, we can't miss the board meeting. So we're just going to be there. But he said that, and if you know anything about Virginia State and Norfolk State used to be a part of Virginia State. And they used to call us little state, and they were big state. But now, Norfolk State University is the largest HBCU in the Commonwealth of Virginia. But we are truly locked in arms to do the work of this Commonwealth and this nation that needs so badly to understand that when students have the opportunity to come home and to feel themselves, there is something rich about their experience. So it is my privilege to have started my life in a family focused on team. Our parents taught us. And if you know anything about the three of us, when I lived back in D.C., we spent every weekend together. We took vacations together. We raised our children together. They thought that they were just a gang that could go to any of the houses at any time and get anything they need. And they still believe that today because we want them to have that impression. It's just important. Thank you, Adams, Gastons, Snipes, Smiths, families, for your pouring into me. Turner family, Edwards. You let me know that I should expect to do anything and to do it well. I use what you've taught me to pour into others. Thank you for your faith. And without fail, I thank my life partner, the love of my life, the person who said to me, boy, I don't know if you ever heard this. My husband said to me when we were waiting to see who was going to be called for the presidency, he said, this is our assignment. You're going to be the president, and within stood by my side through all the things that had occurred in my life, and never once let me down. Here's my mom, here's my friend, here's my guide, here's my husband. Demetri, I love you so very much. We came to know each other and to learn to love each other in the most unexpected place on the planet. University of Dubuque in Dubuque, Iowa. Demetri is from New Orleans. I am from Washington, D.C. I was on my way to Georgetown University with a scholarship, and he was on his way to another university in Louisiana with a scholarship. But God had a different plan. And God said, you know what, if you go to Georgetown, you have to live at home. I said, well, I won't be going to Georgetown. Life is a tremendous journey. And we have been on this journey. We usually don't say how many years. What's how many years? We have been married for 41 years. And that is truly amazing because I'm just 45, so I don't know. But University of Dubuque was good to us. We learned a lot about ourselves, how to be a learning community of two, study group of two, how to have Demetri with his tenacity say, we're going to get through these calculus courses, and I would say, can't we just quit? He never quits. He never quit on me. He never quit on anything we needed to do. He believes in Norfolk State University. He is the one who said this is our assignment. He is the one who said we are going there and we are going to build a family, a culture of care that reminds all of us that we have really important work to do. The minds of these young people are what we need to spend our time, our energy, and our focus on. And when we're researching, we need to bring them into the lab. When we're writing, we need to bring them into the room. When we are looking at service, we need to take them with us. They matter because they are the change makers. They are our future, and our future is bright. Mentors, supporters, the stars, Regina Women, executive team of OSU, cabinet of NSU, mentees, friends, the CCL leadership friends, NSU faculty, staff, and students, and Norfolk State University Board of Visitors with our rector, Javaune Henry. Thank you for believing in me to lead this institution. The amazing individuals who cared enough to come from their extremely busy schedules, I love you and I thank you, each of you. Those who sang today, who played instruments, who offered poetry and art, those who are on the front lines of changing our nation, the elected officials, their job is not easy. The task is tough, but you are tougher. Stay in good trouble. The clergy who are here that keep me buoyed and remind me that I am a faithful, filled woman of God. And where God's plan takes me is where I shall go. I am better because we change lives together. And when we declare we see the future in you, here at NSU, we are committed to that belief. focus is student success. And every day, we together commit to find ways to make it possible for students to thrive and realize their excellence. When we're giving them iPad Pros with an Apple Folio, an Apple Pencil, and earbuds, noise canceling earbuds, they keep telling people. Every student on this campus, every faculty member on this campus, every staff member who has a teaching role on this campus, all together at one time. Unprecedented, and the first time ever that an HBCU has been able to do that. That is our commitment to our students. You see, what we need to understand about why that's important is we know that other students have these tools, and they're able to create apps, and they're able to learn coding, and they're able to do things that will make them marketable and ready for the world of work. We want our students to have that. We know our faculty are going to do amazing things with connecting with the students, doing Apple products, and being able to do the things that we know make a difference. I will say to you that no institution runs without money, and we don't have enough. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And we want you to continue to see us rise and to pour into us as you can, because we know these students cannot do the things they need to do without us closing the gap. Every year we have so many students who need their gaps closed in order to just stay at the university. And they are able to do that because you care. And we thank you. I would say we continue to do what the ancestors expect that we will do. We will move NSU to new heights. We are a top 20 HBCU in this country. That is something we are quite proud of. But we don't rest on our successes, because that's a pride point. But the human point is about those students who are graduating. And our students typically don't leave here ungraduated because they don't do well in the classroom. They leave here because they can't meet the financial burden that is put on them. Now let me tell you this. We are not an expensive institution. We have kept our tuition flat for 3 years, and to all my colleagues who are in higher education know that's a hard task. That is a difficult thing to do. But we have done that because we know that we have to do the best we can to help our students. And even in the midst of that, it's been hard. But our ancestors tell us that we can get it done, that we can change the trajectory of young people, which changes their family trees for the rest of their lives and generations. You see, one person can shift the sands for all. They can shift that tide. They can make a difference, and they do. We're not resting on our successes. Together we are determining that we can do more because we are called upon to do more. I don't believe you brought me this far to leave me. Our vision is to be recognized nationally as a premier public institution with outstanding signature academic programs, innovative research, and community engagements. Let's clap for our faculty, our staff, and our students. You'll go ahead. As we move forward, Our goal for Norfolk State University is a place that not only prepares students for careers, but a place where community and public can look for solutions. We are the place where we will solve problems that today we don't even know we have. That is how focused we are on success, on education, on research, and on shifting the lives of those people who are entrusted to us, whether they are young or older, whether they are starting their degree at 16 or 17, or at 67 or 87. We are here because education is always a vital way of having success and to live a life that one wanted or wants to have. We will educate a labor force to help find solutions to digital threats across the private and public sector. Our cybersecurity and cyber-psychology programs are amazing. We will prepare students to be innovative. Our industry Smart Innovation Academy, our coding, and our app development, as well as our Innovation Center in downtown Norfolk. We will support entrepreneurships, the School of Business, and we talked about the Innovation Center. We will conduct research and train students to help improve the outcomes of the local community, our School of Nursing, our one School of Public Health, one being Old Dominion, Norfolk State, and EVMS. It's the first time they've ever done this, and we got it done. We will educate students to find solutions to problems in urban and rural communities, definitely in our strong School of Social Work, Center for Research on Health Disparities, partnership with Appalachian School of Law. We have a 3+3 for our students. They stay here 3 years. They say they want to go to law school. They do the 3-year program, and they do 3 years in law school, and guess what? They get out in 6 years, not 7 or 8. Yes, we can. We will showcase the immense talents of our students and remain a cultural institution with our visual and performance arts exhibitions, industry visual and performing arts. You heard them today. Are they spectacular? And let me remind you that we are one of 5 HBCUs that they and Jay-Z chose for the About Love scholarships. Those are scholarships to close the gaps for students in the performing arts, communication, English. We will expand access to education because it's so important for individuals with fewer means. Virginia College Affordability Network that we do in conjunction with our friends at Virginia State University. We want to make this accessible to anyone who wants to be here. We will continue to be a top 20, moving to 10. I see my friends out there saying, wait a minute. But we will continue to move forward because this is our time. This is our mission. This together is our mission. As a 21st century institution, Norfolk State University will be a forward-thinking center of higher learning. We will create top-notch, educated talent. We keep our costs affordable. We'll be innovative. Will provide opportunities for access to education for all. Norfolk State will help change the conditions of communities right here in Hampton Roads, throughout the nation, and in the world. Our education, our outreach, and investing in people, we are a social justice-driven tower of educational excellence. And I don't feel no way beside. Thank you.
thank you, not just for your love for Norfolk State, but your passion for Norfolk State, the students, the faculty, the staff, the community, and wanting to see us take things to the next level. As Dimitri said, this is your assignment. And as the young folks say, you understood the assignment, period. So I want to thank you all for your participation today. We're nearing to the end. And as Dr. J said, we are a university that is one of the least expensive in the Commonwealth. And the university needs money to operate. And my mother says, you have not because you ask not. And so every year during Founders Week, there's a giving program that's initiated through the foundation. And this year we're doing 86 hours of giving to commemorate our 86 years as a university. So this is our time, this is our vision, this is our mission. So you can take your phones and you can text 41444, hey, listen to the script, so I'm going to read it. 41444 and NSU 86 hours, and that will bring up a prompt for you to be able to donate. And I just took my phone out and I donated $1,000 and $1,086 in honor of our new president, the 7th president of Norfolk State University. So I ask you to join me in doing that. Now, as we close, I ask our amazing NSU concert choir to lead us in singing of the Norfolk State University alma mater. The lyrics are in the program. And right after they are finished, our Bishop, Kim Brown, the Secretary of the Board of Visitors, will come up and give us closing remarks and a benediction. Everyone, please stand for the alma mater.
She sits at the end of the table. All of us had been been given certain questions that we each would ask. We went through our battery of questions, and then a question was raised. How will you handle not getting burned out? Being the president of the university is extremely stressful. What will you do to maintain your sanity? And she said, I'll worship. As tired as I was when those words came out of her mouth, it made me sit up. She said, my faith has brought me through everything I've ever tried to accomplish. My faith will carry me through this. At the end, Dr. J, if you remember of your interview, they said, are there any questions? I raised my hand. And I said, since you've expressed yourself as a person of faith, I want to make a great recommendation of the church when you get here. The chair of the search committee reminded me that I was out of order. And I said, call me. You are the 7th president. Scholars will tell you, colleagues will tell you that theological professionals think that 7 is God's favorite number. When you look at what God has done, there's 7 bones in our neck, 7 bones in our face, 7 holes in our head. September 18, 1935, 85 students started classes. That's exactly 86 years ago. 8 and 6 is 14, a derivative of 7. It was day 7, Dr. J, that God completed creation and rested. So as a part of our benediction today, I declare that this will be a time of peace and rest for our university. Naaman was told to go wash in the Jordan 7 times. So as the 7th president, I declare that this will be a time of unprecedented health for our university. In Bible, every 7 years, whatever debts were owed had to be released. So as the 7th president, I declare that this university will have exceptional finances. All debts will be met with ease. Jesus Christ calls the disciples and gives them 7 loaves, tells them to distribute the loaves, and he multiplies them. As the 7th president, I declare that the university will see unprecedented growth as God multiplies our loaves. Joshua was told to march around Jericho 7 days, and on the 7th day to march 7 times, and the walls of Jericho came down. Because today we invest in the 7th president, may any barrier that stands in front of the Norfolk State University come falling down because of the sound of the marching. Then finally, 7 priests were told by Joshua, when we get there, blow your horns. So when the Spartan Legion is blowing its horn, when this marvelous choir is trumpeting the gospel, may everything that is resounding in the earth be like a great sound of the trumpets coming from Corfu and Park Avenue. Now unto him who is able to keep us from falling, will present us faultless before the throne of God. To the only Almighty God be glory and majesty, dominion and power. I declare that Dr. J, the first gentleman, the family, and the village of Norfolk State University will be blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed when she comes, and blessed when she goes. In Jesus' name.